All right, we're back. Can everybody hear me? And can everybody hear the game? Oh, wait. I think I will have to, unfortunately, restart the game. So, yeah. Fun times. Okay, can everybody hear me better now? Well, this is the first serious technical difficulty I've had in a while, so I will be right back and fix this.
All right, is this better? You should be able to hear me. Well, I was on a hot streak of fairly decent streams for a while, so you know what they say. The longer things go well, the larger the impending disaster. And for those of you who don't know what that is a gross paraphrasing from one of the 70 maxims of maximally effective mercenaries from the Schlock Mercenary webcomic. I've only scratched the surface of it, but it is a pretty funny read. All right, I think we are safely back. Apologies for my setup going belly up there for a second. Uh, as we all know, stuff happens. It just decided to happen tonight. So right now I'm relaxing in some caffeinated bean juice, and hopefully I will be able to put on a good show for you guys. So last stream I was able to lay some mines off the Strait of Gibraltar. You know, just to do a little trolling on the British merchant fleet. You know, in just a bit minuscule amount of Schadenfreude and tomfoolery. And now we're back in La Rochelle, and we're going to be doing some retail. And yeah, today was a pretty good day. I got some miniature painting done. I have an entire Comstar army I'm painting up. Right now I was able to do, today I put the detail work on my Crockett, Flashman, and Highlander. Yesterday was mainly a base coating day, and I managed to get some of the weapon details on the Flashman done. Mainly the leg joints and the laser batteries.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kaloy?
Okay, now we can hear the game audio. So let's see what we can. Let's see what we need to procure in terms of. Okay, so I'd say we're pretty good on ammunition. We are out of torpedoes because those were all replaced with mines for the previous mission. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention was in this game, there's a mechanic for resupplying at sea. There are submarine tenders called milk cows. And what those do, like the name suggests, you can do at-sea replenishment for your submarine, which is important because if you're far away from home, you need to be able to, you can't make it back, you need to be able to refuel, rearm, stock up on food, and yep, let's just get some go juice for our engines. I'm planning on doing the Enigma recovery, so it might come in handy to, you know, have a dive suit. Because, you know, we don't want the pesky British to crack our codes. And these are the torpedoes that aren't really compatible with TDC, so... But they are electric, and they don't have as much of a wake. Even if they are fixed range, and you have to get in speed, and you have to get a little bit closer, I'd say the stealth factor is a value add. So what if I have to do a little bit of manual finagling for my torpedo calculations?
Hello. How's it going?
Whomst has joined.
It's me.
Mr. Crow, is that you?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing all right?
Pleasure to have you aboard.
Yeah.
Could you, if you don't mind, could you bump up your microphone volume a little bit? You're a little faint on my end.
Okay.
Say something.
I could turn it up just a little bit. Yeah, no problem.
A couple more notches.
There we go. Yeah, you're gonna. Did you max me out on Discord?
I think so. Let me just quick check that setting and make sure it's twiddling away.
Yeah, because I have mine turned down for a very good reason, but I can turn it up a little bit. There you go. So how's it going, man? What's up?
Hang on, okay, now you should be good. And as an answer to what's up, the answer to what's up is the ceiling. But cha.
You know, I just realized that the microphone you have set in OBS is actually not the same microphone you're using on Discord.
Oh shit.
No, it's all good, man. I was sitting in here, I was like, man, your microphone sounds like it's definitely got some noise level issues. But then I'm here on Discord, and I'm like, no, you sound perfectly fine here. So it's OBS. You just have to set your microphone to the right one.
I can quick do that. It's no biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm relatively new to this whole thing. So. Properties.
Yeah. Under your mic, advanced
There we
audio
go.
properties.
Is this better? Should be, theoretically. That was my
Yep, that was
CAD
way better.
teacher's. Yep, my CAD teacher when I was in high school, because we could take a college-level computer-aided design or CAD course. Our software was SolidWorks. I don't know if you know about that. This is not a plug for it. It's pretty decent software, though. And his catchphrase was, "This should work theoretically." So.
Hey, that's not bad, man. You've got your audio levels for your game good. You've got everything kind of set up the way you want it, and yeah, no, it's good to see that someone's doing some more streaming here. So, what made you pick this game?
Well, for some reason or other, I've been on a massive submarine kick. I just think they're neat. Like, I do a lot of scale model projects, and you can check out my work in the Discord channel, like Battletech Spamming for Weirdos and other, like the Merrick Workshop room.
So you really like that ship in the bottle kind of stuff?
I don't have the patience or tools for ship in the bottle. I'd love to try it, but it would probably be more
I meant
frustrating.
that kind of thing. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I meant that kind of, not specifically the ship in the bottle, but you kind of like that craft, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Something that's difficult, but, you know, not like impossible to put together. And it's neat. Ships are neat.
Yeah, my most recent pride and joy is actually a scale model of U-96, the U-boat I'm skippering right now, as she appeared in the film Das Boot. Though my goal for, like, a later project would be get one in, like, 1/72nd or 1/48 scale and have historically accurate conning tower art with the laughing sawfish and the snorting bull, which is what she displayed during her rather famous, I think it was her 5th or 6th patrol that they called the Oak Leaves Patrol. So right now, we're going to do some Enigma code recovery.
So the people that you're talking to here, with the very blurry red flag, are they some sort of regime of power?
They are, in fact, the regime of power. Yes.
Which one are they?
Let's just say their leader had a very, very funny mustache.
I see what you're saying. I think I'm starting to understand it now.
Yeah, this is a World War II combat sim. And let's see. Best course, I think, would be swing out a little bit from Ireland and then head on in.
I see.
Because since my little foray into into this region here, I sank about 30. No, not 30. Yeah, north of 30,000 gross tons of cargo in about a week.
You're giving Ireland there. Are you really afraid? Are you really afraid of Ireland shooting you in your submarine?
Let's just say that the fishing boats probably have eyes, and even though they aren't really heavily armed, that would still probably not stop them from throwing potatoes and cabbage at me.
Wouldn't they throw bait at you because they're fishermen?
Well, you gotta
Wouldn't
have
that
your
make more
corned beef
sense?
and cabbage at sea, man.
I'm sure they would rather keep their lunch.
You never know. They could
As
just be
somebody
really...
as somebody who's had to work really hard, I'd rather not throw my lunch at the enemy. You know, I think that's actually something that a lot of people don't realize is that the last thing anybody cares about is the bullets or the guns. It's just the food, really. It's the
Well,
one thing you don't want to fuck with people.
yeah, I mean, didn't Napoleon say that an army marches on its stomach?
I don't know if he said that or not. I'm sure he took the credit for it though. He
Honestly,
definitely seems like the kind of guy who would.
well, he did... one of his guys was responsible for making probably one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in human history, which is the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, and that's the one that gives you immortal life. Yeah, I remember.
No, it's the, handy-dandy
I know.
translator for,
I know.
hieroglyphics. I know you're just pulling my leg.
Yeah. It's the one that nobody cares about because it's boring except for people who like history and archaeology. Everybody wants the Philosopher's Stone because that gives you something. The Rosetta Stone's like, wow, I get to read a tablet of some guy who wrote a receipt for cabbage he bought in like 481 BC. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That tablet can go in the trash. Where they threw it. That's where they found it. They found it in the trash. They found it in the ye old ancient trash. And now we're sitting here like, wow, we need to put this in a museum. Nah, dude, just throw it in the trash. They wouldn't. They would be so embarrassed. Like you bring them back, like, come on, don't put my receipt up there in your museum. What are you doing?
Well, you remember... well, I don't know if you know this, but there's a meme that's been circulating around for the past months about some ancient Sumerian copper merchant selling bad quality copper.
I don't trust ancient Sumerians, man. The last thing I want is to have some like deadites come rushing into my room and trying to choke me out. My neighbors are already crazy enough. Last thing I need them to do is be possessed.
So,
It's like you've never seen Evil Dead, I'm guessing.
no, I have not, though that is on the list of
It's
things to
okay.
watch.
It's okay. Yeah, yeah. No,
There's
no,
a
it's
lot
okay,
of things
dude.
on my watch list that are like, as we all know, certified hood classics that I need to watch.
Hey, you're just reminding me how old I really am. It's all good.
Well, hopefully some of my, brain-dead Zoomerisms don't make you feel
Well, how old are
too
you? How old are you?
21.
Mid-20s? 20. Oh, you're really 20s? All right, cool. You're fresh into life, dude. I'm 36. Hey, look, I'm still young in comparison to a lot of people I know. 21? Fresh start, man. As soon as you hit 25, though, that's when you peak. So, after that, you have to deal with about 10, 12 years of depression. Not a big deal, don't worry. I'm sure you'll get through it just fine. And then somewhere around after 30s, I'm told that you're supposed to go through a midlife crisis.
Well, have you
Although I
bought your
don't know too many
Ferrari
people.
yet?
I don't have money for that, unfortunately. I have no money at all.
I was
Everything
kidding,
I own is like...
it's like, well, no, I think the midlife crisis mobile is any flavor of Corvette that has to be in the most obnoxious yellow or red known to
Well,
man.
you know what? That's midlife crisis for people who are like, in their like, they were born like 1948, or boomer era. Speaking of boomers, hey, Whacker, what's up?
The amount of disinformation that is being spread by this stream is astonishing.
I'm kidding. Boomer, you're not a boomer. He's just a few years older than I am.
I remember way back in the day. So, for your information, Mr. Crow, the Rosetta Stone gives you a bonus to comprehension. It does not increase your levels.
Why? I didn't even consider that. I just said it was. I said it was pointless. I'm like, who wants to read that shit? You want to read it? You can have it. I'll give you the. I won't even sell you the Rosetta Stone. You can just have it. I'll be like,
Okay.
whoever wants it, you get it. You can keep it. You can read all those old, ancient hieroglyphs about some king that nobody cares about because they've already built a Walmart over top of it. You can do all that. I'm perfectly fine. Was like King Richard? They found his actual grave in a fucking parking lot.
Yes, they
Like,
did. That is
Yes, they
not a
did.
meme. That is they
Yeah.
actually did find King Richard's body over a parking lot, and they're making a movie about the lady who helped find his remains.
Also, Bunk,
Yes.
Be like
Did you see
Titanic.
my pro tip in chat?
My setup got a bit borked, so I have to open
No, he said, so pro tip, submerge before approaching enemy ships. Now, here's the thing you can do. Let me ask you this. For your setup, do you have more than one monitor?
Yes, I do.
Are you
but
nerdy enough to have
it-
more than one monitor?
I have it rigged up through a hub, but I think I might need a driver update because it's doing...
So, do you run OBS on the other monitor so you can watch it and then run the
Yes,
game?
I do,
Okay.
but
Here's what you can do.
for some
You can add
reason...
well, hold on. You can add a dock directly to your OBS, which will be a link to the chat. So you can actually have your chat window inside OBS without it actually being on the stream, and you can keep an eye on it without having to worry about dragging out a window from your Firefox or whatever your browser
In all
choice might be.
seriousness, Mike, I found a widget that allows you to have a Twitch chat overlay on your game for people who only have one monitor.
Nice.
That's fair.
That
That's
is
fair
cool.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason my setup's been acting especially messed up in the past couple of days. Not just with my personal setup, but like when I use this hub for
Yeah.
work. That I think it might actually need a driver update, and I need to do that. So.
Or you just need to use the Rosetta Stone to increase your comprehension, so you can.
I
Or that,
remember.
yes.
I remember going when I was going to college, and multiple monitors were like so
you remember
jazzy.
that? Wow.
Everybody was like, "Oh man, you gotta like your workflow is so much better with two monitors." I was like, "Oh, what? Really? I gotta try it." I didn't have money for a fucking monitor. I was like, "Where the fuck am I get this?"
Was
I-
this
I-
in the days of CRTs or like?
CRTs were on the
flat
way out the
screens?
door. Yeah, they were on the way
Yeah.
out the door. So it's like late 2000s.
You bunch of frickin' kids.
Hey man, you were a teenager in the 80s, okay?
No, I was not a teenager in the 80s.
Then
I'm
you
not
don't have
that.
to. What are you talking about? AARP and stuff up in here. You can't. No. Don't be pretending like you're. If you weren't a teenager in the 80s, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear Grandpa talk. All right, I want to hear you complaining about how we're the forgotten generation or whatever we complain
when
about.
when I was younger, we used to have all of the CRTs, which stands for
Cathode ray
really
tube.
really thumps, and they were very nice. They gave you a certain dose of radiation, so you could only watch them for so long, but the colors were very nice and vivid. They're much better than these newfangled piece of crap
Well-
LCD LED things.
So I have a question.
Hmm.
Are you guys familiar with slide rules?
Slide rules and what thing? Like 'cause
Yes,
there's-
it's the rule for when you're doing the whatever the hell that dance is the kids call. If somebody joins in, you have to slide to the right just a little bit.
That is the cha-cha slide, but no, slide rules are the calculating devices that were used before
yeah.
digital calculators.
Right. I was actually thinking like you said slide rules, and I was thinking like in like a game or something. Like because I know what the item is. I was like you made it sound like we were gonna go into some like in-depth game knowledge here.
It has
No.
ancient wisdom.
Yeah, but there's actually an international society of slide rule collectors that I'm a part of. It's called the ORED Society, and it's named for the English, or I think it is English mathematician who developed the first slide rule. It's pretty interesting.
I'm gonna ask you this though. In this game, do you just have it on real time? Are we gonna get there like the actual time it takes there, like 3 days or whatever?
No, I can bump it along.
No. You don't have to. But
it
I'm
just
just
slowed-
curious because I'd never seen
You can't
anyone
do real
actually
time.
take. Well, no, I actually never really see anybody play a game and take their time. A lot of people want to. Yeah, they do this. They'll just rush through the whole thing.
Yeah,
Well,
That-
it
that's how
only
we-
slows down if you're in proximity to something like a
Ah.
ship, or be it unidentified, hostile or friendly. So it's like it gives you time to react, so you don't, have your pants
Yeah.
completely down.
no, this is how he plays the game. He plays it all in real time. Like he's only like a year into the campaign.
Yeah, he's been
'cause
playing
he
this
plays
game.
it all real time. Yeah.
He had to wait for the ship to be built. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Also, he has to make sure that he surfaces the boat before he gets near any convoys to make sure that he's detected as far out as possible.
Well, you say that, you laugh. You say that in jest, but yes, last stream I actually managed to bumble into the middle of a convoy at night on the surface, and nobody detected me.
Dude, you've done that the last 3 times you have streamed this game. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna play Surface Battleship with my submarine, and I'm just gonna come right on in here, and it's gonna be great.
Well, here's the thing. I actually did manage to sink a ship in the middle of the convoy. I managed to divert the escorts towards that ship to pick up survivors, and then there were like 4 other ships that peeled away from the formation, so I was able to pick them off on the surface at my leisure.
So it was a leisurely thing.
It was a very leisurely thing. I ran out of torpedoes and deck gun ammunition. It was a very
You tend
successful
to do that
patrol.
in like the first mission too. I'm not wrong.
No, you are not wrong.
Let me ask you
now,
guys this. Let me ask you guys something that's
was
totally different from any of the stuff about boats.
Ask us the question.
Yeah, okay. How many of you have actually, like, have you guys ever experienced this point where you've been asked a question on the internet, like a post or something, and it'll say something like, without saying what year you were born, post a movie from the year you were born. It's like, no, I don't want to. It's like,
Yeah,
what do you want to ask me what year I was born? Just do that.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot less weird.
It's not even just
ask the
weird.
question.
It's just shitty data collection because there are people who want to boast about the thing that they were born in the same year of, sure, but it's just really bad social engineering data questions.
Mike,
I don't care for that.
Mike, not using like actual numbers, but maybe like Roman numerals. Tell us
Fox 412.
your social security number and your credit card
I
number.
don't think that's gonna be a thing that I can do because I'm already worried that at some point somebody's just gonna pretend to be me and then they're gonna be like, my God, you live like this? What the fuck?
XIIIVI.
I'm like, I'm from Cleveland.
Are you familiar with Mally's chocolate?
Yeah.
Their Carmelo eggs are the best.
Never had them before.
All right.
I'm not much of a
If
candy
I
person though.
send
That's
you-
a that's
if I-
that's a fact about me. Not a lot of people know. I'm not much of a candy person.
Okay. If when I get I'm gonna put some money away to send you Beebles some like Easter candy care packages.
Now, Goat on the other hand likes candy. Goat likes candy a lot.
From
but
what
it's
I've
Brazil,
seen on your-
so everyone there loves their sugar.
What I've seen on your streams and from what I've heard from other people, Goat just eats. Like
Yeah.
So
he just eats.
he-
Well, yeah, Goat's also Goat's a younger person than me, so he has a higher hunger rate. It's something about being 21 to like 20 whatever Goat's age is. He's older, late 20s. That part of me I'm glad I never have to deal with is that constant hunger because I have that super high metabolism and it's now finally getting to the point where it's slowing down to where I'm like, oh man, I need to actually go out and do stuff again.
yeah, I'm like 160 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, dude, you're in the same boat that I was in when I was that age, dude. Actually, when I joined the army, I was 21.
Oh, what did you? If you don't mind me asking, what did you do?
I was a
Like,
fuel guy. I was a fuel truck.
nice.
Now
Interesting.
that's what it says on my stuff. I was fuel supply. I'll tell you what I actually did was not doing any of that. It was mainly pointing where I needed to put things and letting other people drive the truck because I was too low ranked to do anything important. Even though I was
Okay,
trained
so
to do all that stuff. They were like, just go clean out the office. Go mow the lawn. I was that guy.
So you were basically the logistician, kind of.
Anything like, even though I was trained to do all that, I had high grades. I got honors, all this stuff.
On the ASVAB?
No, in my training.
Oh.
I did great in all my training. I never flunked out of anything. I got really high marks on my marksmanship, everything. I just never really. As soon as I got to my duty station, they were like, whatever. Like, go sit in the
Just
barracks for
waste of
24
talent,
hours.
man.
We'll let you know when we're ready. And I was like, oh boy, I'll go sit in here.
That
This
sounds
is
like
Germany.
you
This is
are
weird.
all that you could be in the army, Mike.
I was poor, man. I was looking for a paycheck. I really needed
No,
the
no,
money.
no. I get it.
It was either that or live on the streets again. So I was like, nah, dude.
No.
I didn't do that for. I did that for a year, and
Well,
yeah, no, thank you.
when you mentioned the army in Germany, my chemistry professor in college, he was a lieutenant and he was stationed in Germany in East Germany when it was still divided.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, not East Germany, West Germany.
Oh, so
Duh,
he
I
was
can
on the
joke.
Soviet side of things, huh?
No, he was
Oh no,
on
sorry.
West Germany.
He was
Yeah,
a
yeah, West Germany.
communist.
No,
I
he
heard
was not
East
a
Germany
communist.
first,
He
so my
was in the
brain immediately
United
went.
States.
Yeah.
My brain did a weird. Sorry. But yes, he was in the U.S. Army in Germany when the Iron Curtain was still up, and he, with another NATO guy, I think this guy was from some African country, but he would come up to him and say, "Lieutenant, it's going to rain today. I can smell it." And sure enough, every time this guy told him it was gonna rain, it rained.
Was this man named Spock by any chance? Because your
No,
impression of him made him sound like he was Vulcan.
He was no, but
Just a little bit.
this gentleman that my professor knew, I think he was from Ethiopia. But
Yeah, man, those guys are
since,
serious. Those guys are
but,
very serious.
Here, like, you can actually, if you're accustomed, if you pick up, you can actually smell up the rain coming, depending on
Yes.
where you
It
live.
has a smell. And
I try
it
not
does
to
have the
smell
smell.
that. That seems a bit weird. I try not to imagine that either.
Here, for me, it smells kind of wormy.
No, I'm kidding. Ichthyer, I think, is the smell is described. It's like ichor, and it's some combination word, but it's like ichthyer. It's like I might be mispronouncing it, but it's a specific smell of wet rain on hot pavement. It's an actual scent.
Petrichor?
Petrichor. Thank you. Petrichor.
Is a term coined by an Australian scientist in 1964 to describe the unique earthy smell associated with rain.
My second monitor keeps cutting in and out, so
That's
that
all right.
means it's going to explode.
I
Yeah.
Look, man. I run things with a spinning plate over on mine, so you have to roll with the
roll with the punches.
Mm-hmm.
Though if things get into if I get into an engagement with something, this is going to be an interesting time.
Well, as I said, my headcanon is still it's you and Goat just chilling on the couch there playing scrambles or eating MREs or whatever, and even though I have no idea what he looks like, somewhere over there in a corner is Tex just covered with cables with this sour look on his face.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Yeah, Tex. If you want to know what Tex kind of looks like, he just looks like John Goodman if he wasn't like a big guy. He's like a thinner John Goodman. Like
I
very
don't
thin.
need to know what Tex looks like.
No,
Yeah.
part of the mystery, part of the
I
fun
keep
of
telling
it is
people
trying to figure out what
I've
he
given
looks
people
like.
many different descriptions of the dude, so that's the fun of it for me.
Yeah, it's
You'll
like,
you'll see it and go like,
he's-
he doesn't look like John Goodman. I'm like, yeah, he does. I talk to him enough,
Though-
you'll see it.
Though watch somebody bump into him from the aux, bump into Tex in person, and they just hear the voice, and it's like,
Most people
man, your
can't
face
tell.
does not match your voice.
Well, most people can't tell because they have to the reason why he's, the damage to his voice, he has to actually be close to the mic, and it's an interesting audio technical thing because he can project, but it hurts him. So he's trying to be like as low. So when he talks to people in like a real setting, he doesn't ever really raise his voice. So you kind of have to listen.
Yeah.
The only time he ever does is if he's laughing. He's got a really big belly laugh.
Oh, you and Tex both, Mike. Both of you have the most infectious laughs I've ever heard.
Yes.
I've never heard anyone say my laugh was infectious.
Oh my God,
I've
Mike.
never even heard
Every
anybody
time-
make a comment about it before.
Dude, every time you lose it while you guys are streaming, I cannot help but start laughing too. Your laugh is infectious as hell. Like
I had a good time.
I mean
Hey,
this as
man,
a
I'm having a good
compliment,
time.
dude. It's so
when you start laughing and when Tex start, both of you guys, either you guys start laughing, everybody starts laughing.
I know, it's like, okay, something good's about to happen.
Something good is going down. Yeah.
So you said you well, I appreciate that. I was going to ask, are you, in particular, Bunker, are you in college for anything?
Graduated in August.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have been gainfully employed for 7 months.
Nice.
Congratulations.
What'd you major in?
Mechanical engineering.
Hell yeah, dude, get it. That's awesome. Mechanical engineering. That's a hella good degree.
Yep.
It's like one of those ones where it's like very versatile. You can do a lot with it.
Yep. What did you major in, Mr. Mike, if you don't mind me asking?
Media arts and studies. I started out in electrical engineering, and then I ended up in theater.
So that explains why you're the BPL's editing wizard.
I've been doing this since I've been editing on my own since like early 2000s at home with VHS stuff. It's really jank. But when I got to college, I went to...
Jank is good sometimes.
Well, when I went to college, I was like... Before I went to college, it was like right after the Army. It was like 2008, and I had just gotten out of the Army, and I was like, what do I do? And I'd already been editing stuff before, but I wasn't like making anything for anyone. It was just something fun for me to do. And I saw these people. This was like the big boom of Let's Players on YouTube, and they had 15-minute like set. Unless you were a partner on YouTube, you only had 15 minutes per video. That was that era. 5 stars, all that stuff. And I had to, like, I was like, all right, I could do James Rolfe. I could do Angry Video Game Nerd. I could do all that. That's it. I love doing that stuff. I was doing it anyway. I just didn't have an audience for it. I always talk to myself. And I started doing it from there. It was fun. I have to say what got me into college was my buddy. He said, like, well, you're already making stuff. Why don't you just go to college and do it with their equipment? And I was like, wow, why didn't I think of that? That's actually brilliant.
I was just thinking of that Simpsons meme where it's like, why didn't I think of that?
I know, it was great. I did. I got to use a lot of stuff that was like, well, even now, well outside of my realm of affording, like millions of dollars of equipment that they just let you use and learn on. And it was in a community college, and I was like blown away by the amount of like cool people that were like, yeah, I was working in this film or whatever called Mortal Kombat. Most people don't care for it. I was like, holy fuck, you worked on Mortal Kombat? I was like that. I was that guy. I was like, oh my god, you worked. And there was that guy who worked on the Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. He's like, yeah, that was fun. And then I worked on Double Dragon, and he did like a sad face, and I laughed so fucking hard because Double Dragon's not a great movie, but I also feel like, you know, that's still good for me. Like for me, that's still a great movie credit, you know.
Mortal Kombat, shit, yes.
Yeah, he worked.
That
as a
is
camera
like
guy.
great.
He worked as a
I've seen
camera
the
guy on
first
some
Mortal
unit
Kombat,
thing. Yeah.
And I still, like, I have the main credit for the Mortal Kombat movie as like on my synthwave playlist because I guess it kind of qualifies, but it's like,
yeah,
it is a jam.
it's techno
Also,
actually. Synthwave is electronic music for sure, but techno it's kind of like it started getting to like that metal thing where it's like, oh, is it cookie metal? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like there's techno, which is a very defined repetitive type of dance music, and you get electric music, which synthwave kind of falls into because it uses specific like instrumentation, and typically you can't dance to synthwave, or at least you're not supposed to. That was before they started doing the Italian disco stuff with like Carpenter Brut.
Oh god. Yeah, if you want to think techno, think Crystal Method.
Crystal Method, yeah, man, that's like the old school too. I remember that like coming on the radio, and I always laughed at the name because I thought that, you know, as a kid I was like, oh man, they're called Crystal Method. You know,
Dude, my
I was easily entertained.
My formative music. Well, I truly and I well and truly do listen to. I'm not going to say anything but a very broad variety of stuff.
Yeah.
But if I consistently go back to like the main stuff that I identify with is mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
What's the alarm? We've got an alarm.
And
my monitor is crapping out.
You are.
This is gonna be fun.
You're being attacked by whales.
Oh no,
And
the
the deck
dolphins
gun.
have gained. The self-aware dolphins have struck. Please tell me.
Oh, they're
it
incredibly
isn't-
self-aware. We just don't acknowledge it. We're too
Yeah.
afraid to. Like,
No, but
nah,
the ones
that's
who are
too much.
deciding to making it, the ones who are making it known. Okay, let's please monitor.
You've been attacked by dolphins who read the Rosetta Stone.
Please tell me it's not a destroyer or a light cruiser. If it's a Corvette,
Not a
I
destroyer
can-
or a light cruiser. It's probably a Corvette.
Yeah, if it's a Corvette, I can take those on.
I'm just telling you, man.
On
You
a
asked me to
straight-up
say it.
fight.
I'm just saying it for you. I don't know if that's true.
It could be a Corvette.
It's really good that Mike is never like facetious or sarcastic. Just
What?
like ever.
I met
Please.
I know.
Look, I met
it's like-
somebody once who schooled me in sarcasm, and she was absolutely brilliant. And can you guess what her vocation was?
She
bet it
was a
won't
circus
surprise you.
clown.
No, she could have pulled it off though. No, she was definitely. She worked in retail with me,
Oh.
and those people have the best comebacks. They just tight-lipped. You can't say it because of customers, you know. Sometimes a customer will come in and be like, "Hey, where's the chair?" I'm like, "Oh, there's fucking chairs over there." You know, you want to do that to them. She had the best response. She's like, "Chairs? All right. The things you sit. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. Chairs are over there in aisle 6, or is it
That's
7? I
good.
think it's aisle chair. I forget. They're over there next to the chairs. You can see them. That's what she would do. And people would be like, what? She was just verbal judoing these people. And
He sounds amazing.
yeah, she still works there from what
Yes.
I understand. So one of those lifers.
Okay, so Mike, this is our favorite gadget on this entire sub. This is the torpedo data computer.
There's lots
This
of-
is what you feed
Oh, I've seen one of those.
ranges, speeds, and all kinds of fun stuff into to make boats do the big bada boom.
I was
It looks
playing,
way too complicated. Just shoot
there's a
it.
VR game that has a
Oh, Wolfpack?
Wolfpack. Yeah, I like Wolfpack. It's got a very similar setup with the dials, but it's not nearly as detailed as this though. I just like going on I just like going on the deck and using the machine gun. I know it's a U-boat, but look,
Speaking of VR,
it's fun.
I know there are several of us who have VR headsets. I was thinking that sometime
Fucking finally.
we should try to.
You know what I
get-
mean? Like I want to say this because it's I got the VR headset
it's a-
in 2016, and I was
Yeah.
super jazzed. I saved up. It took me forever to get one, but I was like, dude, I'll eat hot dogs every month if I have to. I need because I played it, and I was like, oh man, I wanted to because I've always as a kid I've always wanted to just jump into the video game, you know.
It's Lawnmower Man.
I just wanted to, yeah, I wanted to do the Tron thing. I straight up just wanted to jump into the video game, and I played with my buddy Michael, and he had one, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta get one. And then when I got it, and I was playing it, like I streamed it a little bit. This was before Twitch was a thing, or not Twitch,
Mhm.
before I made the courtesy flush.
Yeah.
And I played it over there, and played through the entirety of Solus Project when it was like still early game. And then
Mhm.
somewhere in the middle of that, I was having a great time, and then I thought to myself, like, man, there's no one else who owns one of these.
Oh wait. Can I?
So what?
My
Now that you said you have this VR thing, what were you going to propose?
I was going to propose that we do. I mean, I know of one other person who has a VR headset,
Yeah.
and we could do some multiplayer shenanigans.
All right. I mean, look, it's a luxury thing, so I don't expect everyone to have one.
No,
I-
no, no, no,
Even
no,
though
no, no,
mine's
no.
like super old, I'd prefer, to make sure that we have something everyone can play with, because,
Yeah. I did buy that handguns and hot dogs game.
hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Have you
fun.
played that Bunker?
I have not, but I've seen people play videos. I've watched people play it, and it looks amazing.
You'd
and
enjoy
I,
it. You would. It's a good playground if you like firearms and mechanics.
Oh, I do love. I am not a firearms expert by any means, but I am
Yeah, you can enjoy
casual
firearms and not
firearms
be an
enjoyer.
expert. I am. I don't have an expert. I just like them. You know.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, this is a perfect firing solution. 88 degrees off of starboard backbone.
Yep, and you're on the surface. Are you on the surface?
No, we're at periscope depth, my friend.
Oh God. So anyway, yeah, my thought is simply that we should maybe do a joint VR just for poops and giggles.
Well, what
sometime.
game?
I
owe quite a few people a game of Bridge Crew. Quite a few people, because they were like, "Oh, have you played Bridge Crew?" And I have to go, "Nah, never heard of it." You know what I mean? I love Bridge Crew, I do, but I played the crap out of it, so I owe quite a few people a game of that. But it's a lot of fun.
I am still relatively new to this experience, so whatever,
Yeah.
something that's,
It's not something I
accessible
recommend.
will
You have to have a microphone to play the game, even if it's single player. It's a dumb Ubisoft decision. And if you get it working, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to play with other people. But that's the biggest hurdle for it, is having a microphone that it will work with. So.
Oh yeah.
It looks like odd, straight, and normal. Two
Yeah.
fish in the water. Let's see if we get impact.
I think you'll do it, man.
And we are not.
Oh, it's turning.
Yep. That's one of the harder things about submarine warfare is anticipating zigs and zags.
That
Like,
one's
say-
circling.
Looks like we have a friendly U-boat that's under attack, so I'm gonna try to take some of the heat off of him, if I can, because, professional courtesy and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with VR though, man, there's a lot of good games out there to cut your teeth on. Hot dogs, horses, and hand grenades is just really a lot of fun. There's a lot in there that isn't just shooting.
Oh, this is.
I haven't gotten too far into it. I've
Grenade
got
skee ball.
What?
There's grenade skee ball. It's great. It's absolutely great. There's a little button you press and they come rolling out. And you pull the pin and throw it up like skee ball, and you try to hit the targets.
Yeah, I've played. I'm playing Into the Radius, and
Nice.
I've got whatever that other one is, Blade and Sorcery. Honestly, though, that one kind of irritated me because the climbing mechanics, the movement mechanics are kind of jank.
You have to have the right setup for that. You need a room space, and you need controllers that you can actually use in the game that aren't like just the wands. It seems like they really like the finger control stuff. But aside from that, you also have to be what's the word? Energetic, I guess is the word. you have to have some cardio. It requires some extra movement that most of us will not do. I remember when I first got this, I was way more active in 2016 because I was doing a lot of running around. And I was like, man, I was crawling on the floor, doing all these rolls and stuff. Like I was really getting into it. Then everybody else will just stand there and just flick their wrist over there. And they were just beating my scores. Like I was trying hard to be in the game, and they were just with a flick of their wrist. They're just, yep, another turkey. I'm gonna roll another bowl. Yep, another turkey for me. And I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to do Big Lebowski. You're just barely throwing the damn thing and knocking strikes everywhere.
Well, I did get that 30-foot active USB cord I was talking to you about, and I do string it all the way across the house to the living room so I can flail around mostly in
How
Sure,
is it?
I'm not going to break anything.
How is the latency on it?
I don't notice any. It's all
Perfect.
USB 3 the whole way, so it's
That's excellent.
pretty spiffy.
I was gonna say because I just got one just recently myself, and it's about 30 feet as well. I was not expecting it to be that. I actually wanted something shorter, and they sent me like a long one, but I'm not gonna complain. It works really
Yeah.
well. I use it for the camera.
Oh, you run your room out to the living room for your streams and stuff?
No,
Oh.
I have a computer out there that I built a long time ago, old trusty.
Oh, is this for the MechWarrior 2 stuff?
Now it's just it's an older computer in the sense that it is old from 2013. That is 10 years ago. So, you know what I mean?
That's
A lot of the parts of that you wouldn't think that's a long time ago. When it comes to computers, that's a long time ago. That is what we call legacy now. I know we can think of so many. I could think back to Windows like 3. Like,
yes.
nah, that feels legacy to me. But yeah, 2013 is a long time ago.
Seems we have a bit of a problem.
Look,
There's nothing wrong with getting old. You just have to learn how to mind frame it. Not at all.
no, he's doing the thing that so submarines when they get too many barnacles on them, they'll do this thing called scratching where they dive down to the bottom of the ocean and they'll just kind of drag themselves along the bottom of the ocean to get the barnacles off. It works pretty well.
I wasn't barnacling. I've got like a few meters beneath my keel. But anyway, we're supposed to help this submarine in distress and recover the Enigma codes.
Really?
That it holds, right? Well, it turns out there's a destroyer and it looks like a corvette afoot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
maybe you like just talk to them and see if you can resolve your differences peacefully.
If only it were too
Yeah, like
easy.
open a
If
channel.
only if it were so bad.
On screen.
Yeah.
Well, you laugh at that, but I remember earlier in the stream we had a discussion with Vulcan and Gordon about there was a U-boat captain who got on an open channel to the Allies as he was getting strafed by aircraft saying, "Hey, I have survivors aboard, please don't shoot me," and then Donuts put his foot down afterwards saying, could you not do that? Okay, and now we're starting to scrape.
Yep. Your meat's kind of flapping around there.
Don't worry, I'll get it under control in a
Look,
second.
can you secure your meat, please? This is just unacceptable for the stream.
Yeah, that's about what would happen in a situation like that. Someone's going to be walking around. There's always the naked guy in every single barracks. There is someone. It's like even if you weren't like anyone could become the naked guy. You might be thinking like I would never do that, but you'll notice there's a lack of a naked guy, and all of a sudden you start noticing your pants are off. And you're like, "Fuck, it's me. I'm going to be the naked guy."
Yeah. Of course, you never would do that, Mike. Of course.
No,
Never.
I never did actually.
No, definitely never did.
Dude, I'm too much of a coward to do that. Are you kidding me? I would have freaked out. I have way too much anxiety. I would have freaked out immediately because everyone was already making fun of me for being like a short, like shrimpy kid in the army, and I was 6 foot tall. Everyone else was like way taller than me.
Jesus, I'm 5'10" on a good day.
I'm like 6 feet on a good day.
Yeah, everyone was making fun of like, oh look, it's little field. Hey, look, there he is. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on with you, buddy? I tried to be like as friendly as I go, like, hey, what's going on with you? But it'd be like, hey, what's going on with you, buddy?
Did you just snapshot torpedo that?
Yeah.
No, I ordered my friendly submarine in my vicinity to do it.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Wolf packs are a thing.
Great. You have more than one person out there just got your back, huh?
Must be nice.
I'm gonna start surfacing.
So let me ask you something. Okay. I just out of curiosity. So what made you think like that this would be a game that you want to invite me to? What drew you to invite me to this game?
Just
No, I'm just
You're-
curious. I don't have any problem with it. I'm curious.
trying to be hospitable.
Yeah.
He appreciates your seriousness and the fact that you are never, sarcastic or, nothing like, that's just not you,
Are you related to my mom or something? This just sounds like
What if
something
I
she would
am
tell
your
me. She tells me this all the time. She's like, "Oh yes, of course, my son, who's never sarcastic and never says anything funny to me, is 100% serious all the time." She says it to me. She says it to me every time I call her. I'm like, "What are you talking about, Mom? I am amazingly serious."
Completely.
All right. Now that my I'm just gonna open the range up a little bit.
No.
Shoot it.
That's what I'm getting myself in position to do.
Shoot it now. Oh. Well, regardless, we are very happy that you are here, Mr. Crow.
Yes, and you're always welcome anytime.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm just curious as to what your reasoning was, because not a lot of people think to invite me to war game stuff. I'm not much of a war game person. Never have been. I like Battlefield 2. It's not
That was
really
a
war.
fun game.
It was a fun game. It has zero to do with like actual combat, but it's fun because I could jump. As a soldier, I could just jump into a fucking Harrier and just start shooting.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
You mean they didn't? That wasn't.
Yeah, I
part
was
of
like,
the
man,
game?
I was so mad when I was in the army. I could just
Only in
jump into like a
Battlefield.
Harrier and start flying. Yeah, I was mad. I was like, wait a minute, that belongs to the Air Force? That's bullshit.
That's
I joined the
bullshit.
wrong branch. I was hoping they'd let me do some some Maverick stuff up in there, but they didn't.
Yeah. Drive the tanks, drive the helicopters.
Nah, they were just more worried about my driving.
That's bullshit.
Well, they had a good reason. I mean, I was 20. You know what I mean? It's nothing against anybody who's been driving since they were like 16. I'm sure you're an amazing driver, but I wasn't. I was not. And I don't know.
it's-
It's still in debate. Some people really think my driving is really comfy and cozy, and then there are people who quite literally hold on to their seats thinking I'm going to hit another car.
Well, it's like you said in your, I don't remember which video it was, but it was the intermission, and the one thing that Mike learned in the army was that the HEMAG can go anywhere as long as you hold the loud pedal down.
The Hemet, yeah. That actually wasn't me who figured that out. That was the person I was driving with. I was her co-pilot, basically, and she was the one that figured that out.
Assistant driver.
Yeah, well, I called it co-pilot. I don't really care for the actual terms because they were boring, and that's the way that was my military attitude. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna call it that. I got an acronym. If you got an acronym for it, I'll call it that. But I'm not gonna call it the proper term. Fuck that. You're not
Co-pilot
gonna
sounds a
give
lot
me an
better.
extra rank for saying the right words. I'm sorry.
You are now gunnery sergeant.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump in rank for being right. You jump in rank for being there, especially I was enlisted. Yeah, you just wait long enough, and you don't get in trouble. Eventually, you'll get the bars because they thrust the responsibility upon you.
Yep. Life is hard.
From what I remember, it was like if you got it was like they had a choice of like, for your first sergeants, it was like you can either be a drill or you can go do recruiting, like as your first sergeant job. I forgot. It's a long time ago. It was weird.
That sounds soul destroying.
Oh, they both are. Well, it depends on. Well, I would say maybe not the drill sergeant one. That one probably wouldn't be. it's like any job you get. The first day you're gonna be like, what do I do? But then once you get into it, you're like in shape all the time because that's all you do is run.
I cannot picture you yelling at people.
I didn't.
You do not strike me as a yell at people.
I've yelled at people before. I don't
Yeah,
like
I
it at
know,
all.
but-
It's actually the least. It's like the one thing I do not like is having to yell at people. And I've only done it out of like, anger in the middle of like driving or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't like that personally. It's just not my thing. A
Yeah,
lot of people say that. That's the thing. I want to be remembered as somebody who didn't have that because everyone that I grew up around just yelled at each other all the time. Still do, but that's because they're old. Now they can't hear that well. Essentially,
can't
yeah.
hear anything.
Yeah. I've got a really good you're in trouble voice. The dad voice.
Yeah, the dad voice.
I got a good one. But it's not something I like to utilize. It tends to make people have PTSD from something they don't even remember having.
Yeah.
I did it once when I was working with kids, and I'll never forget the look on this one kid's face when I yelled. I'm like, "And you're safe!" Like just like that initial, like jump and the like surprise look, immediately made me change my way, right then and there. I was like, I am never yelling at another thing again, ever. I was like, that's it. And then I did. As soon as I started driving that same day, I was yelling at people. What the fuck is your problem?
I think that's.
Oh yeah, your horn works. Does the driver?
I think that's normal human behavior.
Yeah, that's
like
just
yelling at everything.
Being a regular person.
Being a regular person on the road.
Gun this out with a Corvette.
Well, you can. It's not recommended, but I've heard that they're not really worth the torpedo. And look, I landed a hit on him.
God. Decisions were made.
Decisions were in fact made.
Yes.
You're throwing rocks really fast at the other enemy. The cycle continues.
I hit him in the bridge, so hopefully that hurts him.
I kind of like that a lot of people like playing these older kind of games, or older games set in like an older generation, because new generation combat just sucks. It's all computers. People just like send a fucking little drone out there and they just, oh, your ship's gone. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's like a drone they bought at the dollar store. It's like, god damn it.
The dollar store drone.
You know what I mean? Like the ones that show in
Yeah.
like all the Modern Warfare games.
I know.
They don't look. They're not gonna spin up those really cool UAV fucking planes. Those things cost too much money. They're gonna buy the cheapest shit they can, because they're like, oh, if they're gonna shoot it out of the sky, I want it to cost $50, not 300,000.
Yeah, it's like everything that's made for the military is made by the lowest bidder, right?
Yep. That's why the Marines suck.
Besetzen Sie diese Station.
At least the U.S. ones do.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember if I told you or not, but your stream has inspired me a couple months ago, and I bought 5 U.S. MREs just to eat them and see what.
Oh, this guy is cooking. Look at him. He's on fire.
Continue shooting.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
Gee. Oh, there,
Dude.
there he goes. He's going down.
He sunk his battle.
Sie sinken.
Yay.
There's some really excited like 12-year-old who's throwing their hands up in a commercial like way off in the distance you can't see.
You got the power up and won the game.
No, they're like, you suck. Like, I suck your battleship. You know, the battleship commercials for the board game.
Yes, I remember those.
I played the game. It's not as fun. It's not as fun as the commercials make it out to be. You just say a bunch of words and people go, yeah, I guess I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I guess this is the day
Battleship.
I'll be honest with you, 100%.
Yeah, I'm totally not moving my ship.
They're like, did you put all your ships on the edge of the board? And I'm like, joke's on you, I didn't put half of them on the board. My fleet movements happen reactionary. I put one in and I go, oh, looks like you sunk the little boat. Now it's on to level 2. Where did I hide it? That's not very fair,
Yes.
but you know. Once you play once you play the game by the rules, then afterwards you're kind of like, whatever. You're never gonna pull this board game out ever again.
Nope.
Not unless you live on an actual submarine. Because I'm sure they have, like, you know, so many good card games, lots of board games.
Got the pump running, and
I imagine this all has like little magnetic pieces on it.
Yeah, it's not like From Dust Boot where you see all the stuff just flying around all the time.
Yeah, after one training cruise, all the crew would immediately know, okay, we should probably get sticky tack. Like, you know, we should probably bring some Elmers. Just saying.
Some Elmers, some duct tape, some magnets.
please tell me that the game isn't
Some
frozen.
ratchet straps,
Yep.
bungee cord, all that stuff. Hello.
Oh,
Does somebody else join?
it's Troggy. Hello, Troggy. Oh, and Falkenstein is here.
Oh, Falkenstein's been here for a little while.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to chat. I'm not.
I've been
nearly-
working on this video in the background this whole time while I've been talking to you guys, and I just finished a task that had been hounding me for a little while, so I'm happy.
Dude, we are hyped for what is
I
it?
hate that
Hunchback?
everyone is hyped for it, because now I want to like go into my shell and scream. You know what I mean? It's like, dude,
It's
okay.
okay.
Let me ask you to put yourself in my shoes for a second, okay? Because I want to be real with you guys. Imagine if someone said, "Hey,
Yep.
Whacker, hey, Bunker, I'm super hyped for that submarine that you guys are building in your backyard. I can't fucking wait to see it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your submarine."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, because that last submarine you made, I like that, but I want to see this next one." And you're like, "Fuck, all I know is how to make the same submarine." Like, you guys are fine with that? You're like, yes, we are. Now you see my dilemma. I don't know what to do with. I'm like, I can make videos, and that's kind of my whole thing. I'm
Kinda
not
your
sure what to
shtick.
do with all the praise, because growing up I got very little, and when I get it, I'm like a deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do with it.
It is my sincere hope that you work yourself towards accepting it in
To
the
death,
spirit
yes.
that it
No,
is
no,
given.
thank you. No, okay. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not. I know everyone's worried about that, but don't worry, I am not. I promise.
Okay,
I
good.
do not do that.
Yeah, just don't work.
Don't work.
We care about you guys. Don't work yourselves too hard.
Hey man, if I won the lottery, that would probably actually not still. I'd probably just be doing it a lot more. Because then I'd just be
Less-
like, hey, we need to
less
get some
fucks
film
given.
equipment. I know, I'll just buy my own studio. Actually, I'll tell you something. I remember when I was in college and somebody from LA was out talking about business stuff, and they always bring people out every class, like from the industry. So I talked from people, grips, gaffers, producers, and executives, all these people that were just like, either they were working or they'd worked at some point. You know, bring them out. It's always important to have those kinds of insights. And one of them was like so, like they were asking questions like, "Oh, what do you do? What do you do this for?" And I was like, "Oh, I shot this with the film camera at the school, or I did this." And they came to me and they're looking at this little side thing I made. It was some weird. I got a C on the project because the teacher hated me, but I didn't really give her a lot of love in return. So you know, it was a dead relationship to begin with. And she or he came over to me, and before she could say anything, he looked over and like, "That doesn't look like the film equipment at the school." And she wanted to say it wasn't. She knew from the get-go she was an editor. She wanted to point that out to everyone, that I didn't use any of the school's equipment for any of the stuff that I was shooting in her class, because everyone was taking it and I didn't want to use all the junk stuff that was left back. So I was like, I'll just use my stuff. I had been saving up money and buying things while I was in college on the side. I've been saving up and buying little things like location recorder, DSLR, lenses, microphones, all this stuff. And then he was like, I've never met anybody who just buys their own equipment and then can still make film. Most people just rent their stuff out. And that blew me away. And I realized not a lot of people do. So when I started streaming, everyone was really blown away by the quality of the picture back when I had better internet. And I was like, yeah, this camera is the one I bought when I was in college. I've actually shot like interviews, all kinds of stuff on that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like barely holding together, man. They did not make that stuff to last. I've just been taking care of it. And it's bizarre, but yeah, if you invest in your stuff, if it's something you really want to do and you invest in it, long run, it'll make a huge difference, because this equipment's only going to get more expensive as it gets more complex.
Yep.
Like
Well,
4K is cool, but not everyone can stream in 4K on Twitch as a platform.
Yeah, you got to have the equipment and the bandwidth for that.
Not just that, you have to be partnered. Now, you on your stream right now, I can actually downstep your quality, which means that you have they have more server slots available. That's not the case for everybody. So what that means is, on the quality settings for Twitch, you technically only get the one you're streaming at to start. You get what I stream at 720 because it's the best that people can connect to. If they can't get anything less than 720, or sorry, if they get 1080p and they can't get anything less than that, then they can't connect to your stream. They can't watch it. It's literally cutting off an audience, because Twitch doesn't have the resources to give everyone that ability to remix their speeds. So you have all of your bandwidth settings for quality stuck at like 1080p, and then the person who's like on satellite internet can't watch you because it's breaking up, because they can't download 1080p video.
That's a very nice rubber suit, Bunker, and I did not know that, Mike, but I will start stream. Do you?
No, you guys have it now. Right now, it's on. You guys do have. They're giving you the resources so you can remix it, so people can actually watch this in lower resolutions. But that's a case by case basis. They don't have They quite literally have said in the back end, this is just like first slot, first come, first serve kind of deal for anyone else who's not a partner. So for my safety, I just started doing 720.
So do you? Okay, so I know that a lot of the games you play are like older games with, where this isn't an issue, but do you play games like more modern games and higher resolution and just let OBS downscale it to 720p, or do you manually? Okay.
Yeah, no, I have so my canvas size in OBS, what that's called, is 1080p. I don't need it to be any bigger because there's no service right now that will allow me to stream 4K. Except maybe maybe Vimeo will. I have no idea if they even have a streaming thing. But even then, 4K is a lot to push out of a very slow upload.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
So 1080p is perfect. Now my monitor is an old 2K monitor that I bought secondhand from Catch, and it's great because I could never have afforded the full price for this thing. And then I have my little 1080p monitor on the side, and I play my games on the 2K, and I downscale it to 1080p through OBS, and then the stream gets 720p. So even at 720p on YouTube, it should look pretty good.
Your streams look fine always.
The main thing I'm always worried about is audio quality, because that is the first thing that will turn anyone off on any of the streams you're watching. Is
right.
At least for me, if the audio quality's not good and they don't realize it,
I've never. I cannot think in the 2 years I've been watching your stream of that being a more than like maybe a one-time random issue.
So, gents, good news. We have successfully recovered the Enigma.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Except, like, we're not the good guys in this game, are we?
No. But in face of a critical leak, we were able to successfully execute our mission.
Hey, look, it's in Star Wars. I would never join the Empire. I don't like them. They're just two-dimensional, kind of dumb. And yes, they have military superiority, but that doesn't mean anything. But if I play a video game with them in it, absolutely, because it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
One of my favorite games of all time that really got me into PC gaming was TIE Fighter. We fly for the Empire in this house.
Same.
Kapitän, das kann
I
deine neue
played,
Crew sein. Lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie Ihre Dokumente sehen möchten.
that's the most recent Star Wars game, right?
No, TIE Fighter's from 1994.
Yeah.
Well, Squadrons is what I've played.
They do. Yeah, they do have a new
And,
space game. But from what I understand, when it released, it wasn't very good. It's probably good now because they've had like what 3 years to work on it. Because they did that. Well, they did that with Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. It was pretty shitty when it released, and then they fixed it. Now nobody wants to play it because they fucked up and didn't give anybody a chance to see what its potential would be. This is the danger of releasing things before they're done.
Well, it's because people treat quote release as more of like a wide open beta at this point, and if
And the
memory
game looks
serves,
amazing, man. It does. Like their graphics, ILM is, I know, part of their team working on the graphics for those games, but the environments in Battlefront 2 are so damn good that I didn't even care to fight anyone. I just wanted to look at everything.
nice.
But the newer space fighting game, it looks really good,
Was
but
brauchst du, Herr Kaloi?
from what I understand, the
is
glitches
nice.
Schau
are
mal.
what turned everyone off.
Though unfortunately, it seems that Elite Dangerous is dying
Again,
again. It appears.
better go turn
Which
in
is
all
sad
my
because
data
it's-
then. I'm still stuck out in the Zabalba region in space. I haven't been back to the bubble in like
went to-
3 years, like actual 3
I-
years.
I did the Distant Worlds 2 expedition.
Oh, nice. I always miss those. Seriously, every time they happen, it's like, I can't. I gotta work. I can't log in. I can't focus on a game that takes away that much attention from me. That's cool, man. What was it like?
Fun. Challenging, though. Really glad I got my automatic field maintenance unit. And, yeah. Just good stuff.
Yeah.
We got... Only used one spare part for that?
So,
Glad we invested in the dive suit.
oh, of course. Mike, what is the name of that game that you're playing? The little crow with the lightsaber that's running around?
Death's Door. It's
Death's
not
Door.
really a lightsaber. It's just a sword with like magic on it. It doesn't have like it's not floating or anything.
It's a lightsaber.
It's like, imagine if you put like neon on a normal sword. That's what it looks like.
Yes.
But yeah, no, Death's Door is good. I like it. I'm actually kind of. It's strange to me because I like games with a lot more narrative than that. I think the game's really good and I have a lot of fun with it. It's a game I would rather have played probably on my own, but the fact that people have actually asked me to play it is still weird to me. So I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll play it. But part of me wants to keep playing, so I have to limit my time that I'm on there for a lot of reasons.
Nice.
Separating work from play is difficult, but you got to do it, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep. So, what to do?
Shit, man, I'm gonna actually reload this project, see if I did everything right. I think I did. Probably missed a few spots, but that's all right. Doing fonts and editing text.
Mm-hmm. That's always fun.
It can be.
Yeah, but doing the Black Pit in the Mid-Atlantic Gap. That's going to be interesting because I said this at the beginning of the stream. We have to call in the milk cows, which are the submarine replenishment ships.
Mm-hmm.
Kurs auf diese
You know, at-sea
Koordinaten setzen.
replenishment's a pretty impressive ballet.
Kapitän?
Oh man, I did not realize it is 10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:30 on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It is late.
Yep. I think I'll be calling it soon.
Yeah.
Not soon. Like in the next half hour or so.
Well, I'm glad that you had a nice, comfy stream, and I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Yeah, I can't always
hello.
come to everything, but I definitely try. If people invite me to stuff, I try to come if I can, because you know, there's not too many points in your life where you'll get an invite from people to do things. As much as people like to think that they have that, no, if somebody invites you to something, do your best to try to be there.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. I try anyway. I mean, what else am I doing? I'm just sitting here in front of the computer. Okay,
I am doing computer things.
Yeah, no.
He's Hacker Man.
Hey, look, no, I'm
World's
just sitting in
greatest
front of the
hacker.
computer. You guys are fucking cool. I mean, why not? That's why I look at it.
Always a good time.
The party never ends. Though, when we were on the topic of music a while ago, and I know this is kind of bringing it back up an old topic, but my playlist is weird. Like,
Oh, yeah?
sincerely, it's weird. Like,
Why is it weird?
Try it. Try me. Do it.
Just my music contents. It can go from like opera to like Slaughter to Prevail.
All right, hold on. Let me go get my iPod.
Yeah, he said iPod.
He's getting the He's getting the mouse tool. You know this is gonna be good.
I think it's funny is he's like, I gotta go get the iPod, and he said it just like somebody who's about to have like a back problem. Because that's what it feels like whenever somebody brings up iPads now or iPods. I'm like, man, people don't realize
Yep.
how useful like a mini 3D MP3 player really is. It is a really nice little thing. I'm surprised that they no longer make things like that.
I make no claims to being an audiophile at all, but
All right.
Nobody ever should.
yeah.
Honestly, yeah, no.
It's inviting you to be challenged by people who actually do it for real,
Yeah. So,
and they'll destroy you.
yeah, they will. I
Bravo Echo 389 convoy potential.
went and bought me one of those 5.5 generation iPod Classics that have the Wolfson DAC in them because I can actually sorta kinda hear the difference, maybe kinda sorta.
You can hear the difference in compression. That's not audiophile. That's just
That's not audiophile. That's just
yeah. Because I definitely heard the difference in compression when I went from like ripping CDs to like getting like the real MP3s. I was like, oh
yeah.
shit. I was like, oh my god. Like, because I was always annoyed by metal music having like the weird high end, high pass kind of thing over the cymbals. Whenever they hit the cymbals, it would have this like extra like artifacting glitter noise at the end, and I hated it. I'm so glad that era is long gone.
Yeah,
I hated that so much.
the crappy sounding MP3s and the ones that clipped, like when people didn't transcribed them right, and you got all the
Right.
clipping.
People were
in
just
there.
ripping things with Nero burning ROM and just calling it a day.
Yeah, and not even like listening to make sure their CDs didn't skip and shit like that. Yeah, that was horrible.
I'm so glad CDs are.
Right.
Look, man, I am so glad that generation is over. I never want CDs again. Everybody here is like, I love my CDs. Fine, you can have them. You can have all the CDs in the world. I don't care. You can take all mine. I just don't like the medium. I think I don't like it when I put something in. I have to be delicate. I want cartridges. I want those. 8 tracks were that was the peak, man. I'm telling you right now. If they just made the audio quality a little bit better, like imagine you got this big old chunky piece of plastic you just jam into your car's console, and now you got music. How cool would that be?
So I will always look back fondly on the whole cassette and CD thing in the cars.
Cassettes, fine. CDs, no. I will fight CDs. I don't like them.
That's fair.
Gross.
But
Oh, I got a hair on it. I guess I can never listen to it again.
Of course not. There's a minor scratch on this. Now it's broken forever. Thank you, drive through. So I got this iPod and I modded it. I put Rockbox on it, and I got the solid state converter, so it doesn't have a mechanical hard drive in it. It's got a solid state. But anyway,
yeah.
Let's see what's on my playlist here. I'm not going to name the names. So this is Tropical House, this is Techno, this is Tropical House, this is Trance, Avicii, AWOL Nation, this is Remix, this is Techno, this is more Tropical House, this is Metal, this is Classic Rock. Country.
Like, are we talking old school country or the newer stuff?
90s country.
Yeah, so it's debatable. I don't really care for any of the country. I grew up in a very country-friendly house, and, it was the 90s. Of course, I was going to be angsty about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't want to listen to Shania Twain for the 50th time. Man, I feel like a woman. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go, girls. Dun, dun. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. I don't need to hear that for the 50,000th time. My uncle played that on repeat, along with the rest of her songs that I'm never going to bring up again. I'm good.
Yeah. That kind of... Yeah. I feel you, man.
I just remember because my uncle drove this... Oh man, what was it? It was very popular in the early 90s and late 80s. It was a Ford Bullet.
Bronco?
No, car, sedan, small.
Taurus?
Ford Taurus. Yes, thank you. It was a small red Ford Taurus, and it was just coked in nicotine. I had to wash the inside of that out.
Oh,
He played
God.
all
Like
that country.
No,
shampooing.
Mike, no.
Yeah, well, no, that was the era where everyone was smoking. You remember?
Yeah.
So everyone smoked in their
You know?
car. My mom smoked. My uncle smoked. My uncle doesn't smoke. He straight up cold turkey quit that shit in like early 2000s. Just straight up stopped. Blew everyone away. He's never picked up one since. He's doing great.
Well,
Nice.
He's in his late 80s.
good.
I grew up with my aunt and uncle, in case you're wondering. I always bring them up. And then my aunt never smoked. My grandmother never smoked. Well, mom did. She smoked like a chimney. She still does. She's starting to get onto vaping, though, thank Christ. Sorry. I had personal feelings about, smoking growing up. I was like, ugh.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Patrol ended and we didn't even get to send in anything.
Dude, you killed a couple of battleships. I call that a victory. Just because your patrol ends with you guys having a nice, quiet evening, I say that's an extra win. You don't have to worry. Your guys are all excited. They get to go home and spend their paychecks on stuff they can't afford. It'd be great.
I'm 100% with Mike on this one.
You got to
Just
think
gonna
about it from
finish
your
my
crew's point of
zigzagging.
view. Like, do they feel like they're victorious?
Well, we are getting kind of low on fuel, so...
Yeah. We'll just hit one of those open ocean gas stations and you'll be good. Good to go.
Yeah, just ask Mike. He knows.
No,
You want
I
some
drove
1202
trucks.
or some
I was all
1203?
I was
No.
army. I was all land. You don't get me in the ocean. I can't swim. I panic when I get in the water. It doesn't stop me from trying. I try to swim anytime I get in a pool, but I have a problem with panicking in water. So it's one of the. I just try to get over it. I don't want to be stuck with the fear of swimming.
Well, I think this actually might be a good place to call it for the evening, so everybody can,
1 hour 30. That's a pretty
Was brauchst
solid
du, Herr
amount.
Kaloi?
yeah.
Nice
Yeah, that's a
pace.
good stream.
You still have good. You still have energy to do things. Maybe.
Let me just quick save it.
Because it's like, yeah, if you stream like a couple times a week, but you're only doing it for like an hour, hour and a half, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like that's like less than most people will play a video game for in a day.
Oh, you want to hear the one time? Okay, so Christmas break 2020, I had a marathon Cyberpunk 2077 session from like 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. and I think I only got up for one pee break.
Dude.
Ooh, hey man, hey look, you're at that age where that's exactly what I would have done. Perfect. I am glad to hear the tradition is still going.
Yep.
Dude, yeah, no, that's great.
But when you get older,
Oh yeah, you'll have to go pee. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm never doing that
It's
again
annoying.
because I felt like crap afterwards, but
well, just wait. Razer or Monster Energy will make their like gamer diapers or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. Just make a toilet in your
Mike.
seat.
Ball now geriatric version.
Hey man, they will. You think that company won't? They are not above that.
Or Loco AARP
Yep.
version.
They will totally make that. And people will buy it like, wow, look, I got these diapers from Razer. And then they'll put them on, and everyone, like, they have a thumbnail where they're doing the O face.
Turbo diaper.
that would be so weird.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's all right.
in all honesty, that would be the weirdest thing.
It's all
No,
right.
no, it wouldn't. That bathwater
I could
shit.
see it
No.
happening, though.
See, here's the thing. Diapers at least have a fucking use. What the fuck are you gonna use fucking bathwater for? That's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like at least with that you have
Yep.
it's got a utility. With bathwater, I'm like, no, fucking gross. Don't do that. Don't buy that. No.
Well, I think
Yeah,
I
let's
think that's
let's
a
end
night.
let's end the stream on bathwater and diapers. That sounds like
I mean,
Yeah, bathwater and diapers for the win.
Yeah.
yes.
Just make sure you forget to take the baby out of the bathwater before you dispose
Oh
of it.
fuck, the baby! I
shit.
forgot.
Now
Yeah,
you tell me that. God
shit, I
damn.
forgot. They got really quiet in there. I need to come fix it.
Jeez.
All right. Anyway, yeah,
All right. You guys have a good rest of your night. This was fun.
yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
See you guys.
Pleasure having you. Bye. And to those of you watching at home, we hope you enjoyed. You guys take it easy. All right.